You came to me in that hour of need, when I was so lost, so lonely. You came to me, took my breath away, showed me the right way, the way to lead. You filled my heart with love, showed me the light above. Now all I want. We once had a teacher, the teacher of teachers. He changed the world for the better and made us better creatures. Oh Allah, we've shamed ourselves, we've strayed from Al-Mu'allim. Surely we've wronged ourselves, what will we say in front of it? Mu'allim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. وأخيرا تمت المقابلة وتم اللقاء مع النجم والفنان سامي يوسف. الفضل لله سبحانه وتعالى أولا وأخيرا، ثم الفضل لمجموعة من الشباب من منتديات فور شباب ومن معجبين سامي يوسف ساعدونا للوصول للأخ الكريم. سامي يوسف بدون شك أحدث ثورة ليس فقط في عالم الغناء، ولكن أنا بعتبرها شخصيا ثورة في عالم الدعوة إلى الله بشكل مختلف وبشكل جديد وبشكل مستحدث، أثمر في النهاية عن استقطاب شرائح عديدة جدا من المتفرجين والمشاهدين والذين لم تأتهم هذه الدعوة من قبل في هذا الشكل. فحدث العديد من التغييرات وحدث العديد من التطورات على كافة الأصعدة. سامي يوسف أحدث ثورة كذلك في الموسيقى، أحدث ثورة في الغناء وفي الكلمات. سامي يوسف أنجز العديد من الإنجازات على مختلف الأصعدة، وبالتالي لا يمكن أن تكون قناة مثل فور شباب ولا يكون سامي يوسف أحد الأعمدة القائمة في هذه القناة والمتواجد فيها بصفة دائمة. فنرحب باسمكم وباسم كافة جمهور فور شباب بالأخ الحبيب أولا، ثم النجم والفنان سامي يوسف. السلام عليكم.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for the very long...
thank you for so much. Thank you so much for first of all accepting our invitation. Thank you so much for calling us. And this is, by the way, I have to say that Sami Yusuf, he called us and he told us that I've got a lot of requests from my fans. So we really think this is very humble step from him, and it leads us finally to know how much he's really Muslim, really humble man, really good role model for the Islamic artists. Sami, let's start from the beginning. I know this is, let's say, a cliche questions, but we have to start because you have a lot of fans and they would like to get closer to you. So tell me about some basic information, your ID in the beginning.
I was born in Tehran.
Yeah.
Culturally very Persian. Ethnically Azeri, because my whole lineage is from Azerbaijan. And by nationality, I consider myself British. So it's a bit of a cocktail. It's a bit of it's an interesting combination.
Yeah, it's a unique mixture.
It's a unique mixture. I'm blessed.
Oh, really? You are blessed, and we are blessed that we have you.
God bless you.
For how long you stayed in Tehran?
A couple of years. I was a baby when I came.
Yeah.
And I don't remember much from Tehran, but I would love to go back. I'd love to go and maybe perform a concert in the country of my birthplace where I was born. But from a very rich musical background.
Yeah.
My uncles, my cousins are amazing musicians. They're not singers and musicians. They're amazing musicians. They're I have 64 cousins.
MashaAllah.
I think 63 of them are fantastic singers.
MashaAllah.
So it's really it's inherent, you know. It's more kind of, how can I say, it's in the family. It's very rich in the family. Music is very rich in the family. It's not just music, art, painting, but also there's this, not necessarily, well, maybe in my family, but in some of my relatives, spirituality plays a very, very strong role.
Yeah.
And mine one, of course, is spirituality with religion as well. But spirituality in Azeri culture is very, very strong. It's very strong, very spiritual people, meditative, and they love art and music.
That will lead us to speak about the first steps in the musical life, musical personality of Sami Yusuf, how it was formed.
I have a very unique background musically. I mean, I grew up in a household where essentially I was involved in, well, let's want to go from the beginning.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Well, basically, all the videos that my dad's taken of me, you know, when I was a kid, baby, you know, it's just me at 3 years old running after his instruments, you know. And it's interesting because my brother, he's a more kind of mathematical and more engineering, you know.
How many brothers you have?
One brother, one sister.
One brother.
And my brother, you know, you can see in the same film, you know, when we're kids, my brother's looking for radios and, you know, computers to open them up and playing around with them, and I'm just looking for the instruments. So, you know, music is something that I've been interested in from a very young age.
When exactly they felt that they have a talented boy in the family, in the house?
Very early on.
Very early.
When I was, again, 3 or 4.
4 years old.
I composed my own song.
Oh, really?
Wallahi.
Do you remember any of the songs?
Yeah, I remember.
Really? Come on.
Dee la dee la lee la lam. I mean, it's not Mozart, but hey. You know. Dee la lee la dee la lam. Dee la lee la 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 la. That was my melody.
Oh, really?
That's just a baby, you know. I couldn't talk.
That's marvelous.
I was cute, you know. My dad really spoilt me, so I couldn't speak. He used to speak to me in baby language. You know, go, 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 you know, that kind of language, and that's the language I could speak. You know, I couldn't speak. I couldn't express myself.
I say, yes, exactly.
So when I get
Express
angry,
yourself.
I'd say goo goo, you know, and I'd speak in the baby language. So I expressed myself at a very, very young age through music, through art, and at the age of 6, I went to my dad and I said, "Baba, you know, you've got." My dad, he's a teacher, so I said, "You teach all these people. Why don't you teach me?" You know, 6 or 7. We're living in Ealing, London. So I said, "Why don't you
teach me?"
Teach me, you know. And then my dad said, "Look, you know, you need to learn from a book. You know, it's got to be a book. You've got to do it properly." And I said, "Fine, it's fine." And the first instrument I learnt was tombak. It's a Persian drum, a percussive instrument.
When exactly you started your first learning on musical instruments?
It was this time.
This time. This percussion.
Percussion, yeah, the tombak. And we went into a room, and my dad said, "Look, okay, this is how you press. This is how you play this. This is the pelang. This is blah 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 blah. All the rules, and this is the book." And he taught me, you know, you have your foot, and basically I understood the fundamentals of music, because music is essentially rhythm. Music is rhythm, and it's just assigning notes to rhythm, but essentially it's rhythm.
At that time, it was more closer to the Azeri.
It was more Azeri, more Persian, the more Eastern, Eastern side, and also it's not a very difficult instrument to teach.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's a difficult instrument maybe to learn, but it's not a very difficult instrument to teach. So my father he wanted to make it easy, you know. So he said, "Okay, these are the rules. This is what you got to do." So I was playing the first few lines. It's a book, it's thick. And then he said, "Okay, I'm going to go for a break." So he went for a tea break, and then he came back, and I told him, "Look, I finished. What's next?" Oh. So I finished the book. You know,
it was a very long tea break, or what?
Yeah, it was a very long tea break. Yeah. It was a very long tea break.